Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back, non-league to Premier League. We're at the Bees. It's been a difficult start to the season. We lost some very key players, obviously, to transfers. Um, it's going to be an interesting season, let's say it like that. Right, so if we have a look here, the last people you saw go out was Buemo. We lost Dominic Thompson to Newcastle. Really didn't want to accept that bid, but he kicked up a stink about it, so we had to let him go. Same with Czech Decore. To Girona of all places. I mean, they're not the strongest team in the Serie A. He wanted to go, started kicking off, obviously causing unrest in the dressing room, so in the end we let him go. We have loaned out Zamburak, Anderson and Kare just to get them that little bit of experience. And it's doing Simon Anderson at the moment the world of good. He's got some really good performances while he's out on loan. So it's interesting to see how his progression will come on because he could potentially be our first choice goalkeeper next season. In terms of who we've brought in then, let's introduce you to Callum Slattery. Very, very good attacking midfielder. This lad has got bags of potential. Only 23 years old. Everything that we want in our attacking midfielder. So he has actually ousted Ivy from the team. And then if we come back, Luca Ravanelli from Crotone, a 25-year-old Italian centre-back who we scouted. He just come up in our scouting network, so we went for him. Very, very solid. Now, he is only cover for our centre-back positions at the moment. He's learning the language as well. But bearing in mind, Janssen is 31, so he's going to be 32 come next year. And he's, like all of his physicals, pardon me, honestly, sometimes words just do not come to me. His physicals will start declining, so we do need somebody who's going to be able to step in. Ravanelli could be potentially that person. And then, what a signing this is, it has to be said. Angel Gomez from Manchester United. We was in for a few players at the time, and this was one of them, but our front three could look very, very differently if all of our transfers had gone through. If I can come into the league, which will spoil our league position, but it's got to be done. The team we went to is Crystal Palace. If we go into their players and their squad, just go into their tactics for a minute. Chong we was in for, obviously, so that would have been good. And you already know about a man who they're not actually playing now at all. How crazy is that? So, oh, they're playing him at right back. So our front three would have been um, Gomez on the left, Chong on the right, and Rueg here, obviously just behind Villabi, would have been sensational. Wasn't to be. We were beaten to the signing of two people by Crystal Palace. More annoyingly is that they're on less wages than what we offered them, but obviously Palace have got a bigger reputation, so that's something we're going to have to kind of battle with going forwards. Does say here where we are. Obviously, we are ninth at the moment with a game in hand. If we win the game in hand, we'll move back up into sixth place, which is where we were. The reason for this being is the team just wasn't. They were showing very, very promising signs. You saw that in the first game. We didn't deserve to lose 5-3. Very, very promising signs of getting used to the formation and the tactics that we're using, but it did take a little bit of time just to get them going. So if we come into our schedule then, we lost 3-1 on the road to Huddersfield. Very, very disappointing. We then beat my club, obviously, Birmingham 2-0 at home, which was brilliant. We lost to Swansea in the Carabao Cup. That was a very, very rotated side. I know the board wanted the fourth round in this cup, but it's of no interest to me at the moment. I really want to focus on the lead, so hoping that if we do well in the league, they'll kind of allow that, but we'll see. We then got absolutely hammered by Norwich, and when I say we got absolutely hammered, I mean we got absolutely hammered. Where's the match stats here? 30 shots to 15, 51% possession. Doesn't tell the story. Look at their average ratings and you will see they were absolutely on fire, and that's a game that we could have lost by such a bigger margin. We then improved to a 1-1 draw away from home at Stoke. We then come back at home to play Cardiff, who were top of the Championship at the time, and things just clicked, which was beautiful to see. A 6-0 victory at home. Absolutely everybody turned up on the day. Some really, really good goals as well. We then beat Preston 3-0 at home, Villabri and Calavera on the score sheets. Has to be said at the moment, our two wing backs are getting involved in all of our attacks, and it's really, really nice to see. Very solid performance against Sheffield United. Could have been much, much bigger in terms of the margin that we won by. Obviously, 2-0 still not a bad result away from home. At the time, first, second, and third in the Championship, we was kind of teetering in 17th, 18th place because of our really poor start. We then went away to Derby. What a tale of two halves. First half of football, we were absolutely phenomenal. And it's like the lads just stayed in the dressing room at half time. Wasn't our full squad. I mean, if you look here, you'll see that that is a very, very rotated squad. Because I forgot it's 2022, isn't it? So in this now, we're experiencing the Qatar World Cup. Obviously a fantastic thing for everybody to get involved with, but it really bollocks us up our November and our December. So if you look at the schedule, like in November, there are no games, and there's no games until the 26th of December, Boxing Day is when we come back from the end of October. Gives us a lot of time to scout players, and obviously with people being at the World Cup, that's really good. However, if you're in good form, I feel like that's going to really, really mess with a lot of teams. And not just that, but the congestion in the fixture list is in the fixture list. I beg your pardon. In the fixture list is ridiculous. So we are having to rotate teams around. That being said, we're at home to Reading today. I am putting out a full strength squad. In our last 4 meetings with Reading, we haven't won one. So today's the day. First game under myself against Reading that we turn that around. So we're going with our strongest. No, we're not. That's not our strongest team. Hello, our strongest team. Thank you. Josh De Silva needs to come in there. Henry is injured, so Brandon Williams needs to come in. I should have done this, boys, shouldn't I? Before we come into this. So, in my opinion, our strongest 11. Balcom in goal. You got Williams, who would normally be Aria on the left. Pinnock and Jansen in the middle. Calavera on the right. The Silva and Cole in the centre. Then you got Watkins, Slattery and Gomez up front. And obviously there, then you've got Villalibre. Absolutely fantastic. And if you can see, relationships all over the pitch. Really, really starting to show some promising signs. So, very, very excited about where this team's going to go. I think if we can get really good in terms of our consistency, I think we're looking at automatic promotion this season, but I think we'll probably know maybe in 6 weeks' time where we're at. So we're going to get into the game, and let's hope for a positive result today, folks. They're setting up with a 3-5-2. Interesting setup there. El Ghazi probably being their star man, in fairness. Tommy Heaton in goal. That's interesting to see there, that they've managed to nick 2 players off of the Villa when they're obviously in the Championship. I am going to passionately say, prove the media wrong. Got a tunnel interview. Reading are unbeaten in 4 matches. Assertive. We're not concerned with what's already happened. Leading scorers in the Sky Bet Championship. Yes, of course we are. Reading struggles. It's definitely an opportunity to show us what we're capable of. Let's get into the game, folks. Expecting another dominant performance here today. We are upping things in terms of possession. Watkins now. Williams comes forward, decides to have a pop. That's a left-footed player on the left-hand side of the pitch. Bearing in mind he's a fullback taking a shot with his right foot, and that is what happens when he does that. McIntyre now on this left-hand side. Cabot with a great cross. Williams. Oh, we're singing the young lad's praises, and he's cost a goal. It's not gonna count. But realistically, I mean, that was awful. Very, very tight margin there. We'd be screwing if that was all done by VAR, no doubt about it, 'cause that was literally toes or fingers. But we'll take it. Now, at the moment, Reading are on the ascendancy. They're on the uprise. Woodrow now, and that's a fantastic strike just over the bar. And 10 minutes into this game, and Reading are really trying to push their luck a little bit. So I'm going to tell them that I'm demanding more. Swift with the free kick. It's beautifully floated in, and Colboat just heads over. Balcom now with the goal kick. Janssen. Pinnock. Pings it out to Calvera. He's got his man on the line. Doesn't use him. Goes past his man. Tries to find him, but doesn't. Really poor pass. And that could put us in trouble. Oblong brings the ball forward. Cub Villa Libre finds Gomez though, and Gomez has got players in support, decides to go it alone, which is really probably not the best decision he'll ever make there. Game has started not frantically, but definitely very evenly. I'm going to tell the boys to get creative a little bit here. This has not been one of our better performances. I genuinely thought with how we've been playing lately that this would be a really good game to show. Nothing happening as half time is just jumping upon us. Right, I am going to assertively say I'm far from pleased with what I just saw in that first half. This is a game that we should be winning, and we should be winning very, very comfortably. We have been the better side, but stats don't mean nothing. Goals mean points, and we need points on the board. No point in having a game in hand if you then go and throw it away. Swift brings the ball forward. Again, Reading get forward, and El Ghazi now has one-on-one. Can he finish it? Balacom really comes good. Again, one-on-ones in this game. Really, really annoying. Sports Interactive do need to sort it out. I mean, when it works in our favour like that, obviously we're happy about it. But there's so many times that we've been forward one-on-one ourselves. It's just, it's really frustrating. 65 minutes on the clock, and to be fair to Reading, they are probably the better side in this second half. Aljara. Gomez does intercept though. He's got Villa Libre inside of him. He's not going to go it alone, is he? Yes, he is. Strikes it with his right foot when he's supposed to cut inside. Infuriating there. Right, we're at the 70-minute mark and nothing's happened for us. So, we're going to make a few changes. Gomez has not played brilliant today, so he's going to come off for Canos. Villa Libre is motivated, but not playing fantastically well. Calavera, I don't want to risk getting red carded. He's already had a suspension once this season. Can't really afford another. And I believe we'll give Alio Traore a chance in the midfield here. We'll put him on box-to-box role. And as soon as we come out, we are going to give a little bit of a... We're demanding more. We need more out of the boys. We should be winning this game. Canos with the corner. Watkins was there. Slattery to Pinnock. Not really a place you want the centre-back to have the ball there, is it? Rakic goes back all the way to Cole. Cole's been superb this season. Fires the ball forward. Villa Libre. Oh! Unfortunate there. It was a good opportunity. I mean, we should be ahead in this game. 16 shots on goal, only 5 on targets. Tells the story of a very poor game. Janssen's the man. Canos. Oh, it's intercepted. And actually, Swift picks up the ball here for Reading, and they could counter, but Pinnock's there to recover. Can he do anything with the ball? Tries to play it to Traore, but the pass falls just short, and it falls to El Ghazi, who makes an even poorer decision than what Angel Gomez was making in the first half there. And this is going to finish 0-0 as a ball draw, unless we could potentially get something right here. Cole takes it back inside to Slattery. To Cole. Still got his man down the wing if he can find him, but he tries to come inside to Traore, and again a poor pass. And Reading flood forwards. If we lose this game 1-0, I'm going to kick one of our players in the face. I'm obviously not, but it's so frustrating when we've been playing so well. And again, I mean, we have been a dominant force in this game, but just not Not with any purpose. McIntyre takes the throw. Finds Obiang. McIntyre again. Is he going to cross? No, he comes back out to Cabot. And that was a bit of a naughty challenge by Canos. We'll take the free kick, but when there's so little time left in the game, is that a foul you need to make? Swift's going to float the ball in. I can't see him shooting from this kind of range. In it comes, back post, and nobody jumps for it, as or their players. Everybody just watches it go over. That's a goal kick, and that is going to be the end of the game. Well, I was expecting to be able to show you some goals. We've been playing very well. And we ended up with a 0-0 ball draw.